Mark Bell, I know you already know the answer to that, but I'm glad you asked.
My name's Nige, at your boy Nige on all social. But I'm passionate about business and teaching people about just helping them with their ideas to be successful. And all of you guys have done that for me. Been following you all for many years. But wanting to make money and lift weights or do something that you're passionate about so you can lift weights or be athletic or do those types of things. Can you kind of go over some of the things that you are involved in business-wise and some of the best or the biggest successes in business that you've had and some of the woes, maybe something that people can look out for?
Okay, I'm going to start. Then I'm going to let the real successful businessman talk. Okay, first of all, I'm a horrible businessman. I want to tell you guys that. I've had people ask me a lot of times, hey, I want you to be on this wealth seminar panel, CT, so you can tell other entrepreneurs how to become wealthy. And I tell them, hell no, because if I knew, I'd be wealthy my goddamn self. So I'm not wealthy, and so I can't tell other people how to get wealthy because I'm not a wealthy person myself. The only thing that I can tell people is they say, well, how do I want to start a YouTube channel. How can I be successful? The only thing I can tell people, the best advice I give them about that is to be yourself. Be true. I don't know how many people told me in the beginning, oh, CT, don't cuss no more, man. They're going to think you're an ignorant guy and from, the street, you're ghetto. And just don't, all the cussing, you're not going to get anywhere if you keep cussing. And I said, fuck you. Kept right on cussing, and them same people is cussing their ass off today doing the same thing. So that's the only thing I say is be yourself, be true, and people can usually tell when you're full of shit. And how to be a successful businessman, that's Mark Bell right there.
CT, how many, in your estimation, how many different cities or how many different states and how many different countries have you been in from just lifting weights, basically?
Oh man, cities. We were going to a different city or a different country every weekend. Before COVID hit, we were flying all over the world: England, Australia, Russia, China. We hit all the continents and a lot of military bases. I would always, travel to a lot of them because I'm ex-military. We did a lot of traveling to the military bases to try to, encourage the troops and lift with the troops. And that was all, no, I never charged anything for that. So we did that because I feel like I'm still here. I owe a lot. I owe a big old debt, so I'm always trying to pay it back.
How much money have you earned from breaking a world record in any sort of lifting, or how much money did you earn in going to some of these competitions that you went to and kicking everyone's ass?
Mark Bell, I know you already know the answer to that, but I'm glad you asked because maybe some of them don't. Nothing. A big old zero. When I was a six-time world champion, this is what I earned from lifting weights.
Trophy?
Oh, I got my trophies. I got a room full of trophies and no damn money. But I got some trophies and some memories, that's for sure.
After you broke your first record and didn't receive any money, did you stop?
No, hell no. Hell no, I did not stop. I thought, that if I lifted enough and won enough world records that I would get that recognition and some sponsor would come knocking on your door and say, hey, I got this pot full of money that I want to give you if you just say that my shit is the best shit ever. So I kept on lifting, hoping that call would come, and turned 53 years old and still the phone didn't ring. And some guy comes in the gym one day and says, hey, you want to be on YouTube? And that changed everything. Yeah.
We've all heard that to get optimal sleep, you should cool your room down to 68 to 69 degrees. But that's not all you need to do, and that's why we've partnered with 8 Sleep mattresses. Now, they have the Pod Pro and the Pod Pro Cover, and the amazing technology of this mattress allows you to cool the mattress down to 55 degrees or to have it as warm as 110 degrees. But the great thing is that the temperature changes through the night based off of your actual body temperature to make sure that you get the most restful sleep possible. You fall asleep 32% faster, and you move around 40% less when you're actually asleep. It's amazing. And Andrew, how can people get it?
Yeah, this is amazing technology that actually changes its temperature based off of your sleep cycle. There's no other technology like it anywhere else. To take advantage of this, head over to 8sleep.com/power project. That's EIGHT sleep.com/power project. And you guys will receive $150 off this amazing technology. Links to them down in the description below. Let's get back to this video.
Didn't get on there till I was 53.
Just the moral of the story there is just, if you follow what you're interested in, you'll probably hang in there long enough for it to turn into something eventually. This opportunity just, it didn't come out of nowhere. This YouTube opportunity didn't come out of nowhere, but he also wasn't even trying. And you'll find more often than not when people aren't really trying to do anything in particular, sometimes they're trying to maybe just make something more efficient or make something a little bit better, and so they're like, I'm going to put this out into the world, and then end up being super successful. Somebody like Jeff Bezos, I think, is a really good example of that. He just looked at the category of books, and he's like, there's more books in the world than any other item that you can purchase. I don't know how he figured that out, whether that's true or not, but there's just a lot of SKUs of books, and there's a lot of different books written in many different languages throughout history. And he was just thinking like, well, if I can just create some way for people to get books, that would probably be great, because it would really further educate people and sound like it could be something that's super profitable. And he's got that famous picture of him in his little office in his in his house with the cheap little Amazon thing in the background. And you hear stories like that kind of over and over and over again. For me, it's always been the same thing. Just continue to follow my interest. And then just try to be creative and try to think of ways to make things better. Like as you're going through the thing that you're interested in, whether it's you play basketball or you like jujitsu or whatever it is that you do, maybe you have an idea for a certain type of clothing that can make you better at that particular thing. Maybe it's a shoe, maybe it's a piece of equipment that you use in the gym, maybe it's a supplement, but every single person in this room right now has the ability to come up with ideas. And a lot of times, some of the best ideas come from thinking of like the worst idea first. And so you think of an idea, if you have trouble being creative and you're like, man, I don't think I have that in me. Just walk yourself through that of just thinking of like what would be really dumb or what would be opposite of something that would be really effective. It just allows you to spitball ideas and to kind of put them forward. And then over time, you'll be able to come up with something. I would also like to say that a huge part of anything that has kind of led me to any of this stuff is the fact that I literally grew up with weights and money in the same exact spot. My dad had a business that he ran out of our basement, and the other part of our basement was a gym. And so I would get done with lifting and I would walk over to where my dad was doing taxes and teaching people about finances, and he would say, I made $350 today. And he would like show me like the checks or show me the money that came in, and I was like, that's so, I was only working out for 2 hours. How did he make that much money? This is crazy. And then I also noticed on the checks when they were written out to him that it had like family members' names on it. And I was like, you make money off of our family members? I thought that was really strange because I'm like, that's Uncle so-and-so. Why wouldn't it just be free? And he's like, oh, no, he's like, I've done them for free a bunch of times, but they don't really let me do it for free anymore because I provide a service for them. And many years later, you fast forward, and I've been to like seminars and stuff like that where people get a crowd, they get a line of people that want to take a picture with them and things like that. But they didn't really have an item to sell. So when I had people come up to me, they're like, oh, I bought the slingshot, or hey, can I buy a slingshot here? And I say, oh yeah, we got a thing over there. You can go purchase them right there. So I don't think there's any shame in thinking about money and thinking about how you're going to be financially successful and kind of putting that forward. Another thing that my dad taught me was to never be ashamed or worried about how much you like your work. I think for some, maybe just people in general, but I noticed this with a lot of men, sometimes you get caught up in your work, do so much work that you're no longer there for your family maybe. But he said, don't worry about it. If the work feels good, keep going for it to a certain degree, obviously. But all those things have been really helpful and have assisted me to what you kind of see here today.
Yeah, well, I feel like a lot of my success in life, whether it's business or just life in general, comes from the big failures in life. And I'm sure you guys can all relate to that. More for Mark and CT, my children are older, 18, 22 years old, and me and my wife
now,
coming
you ain't
from
but 25 your damn self. So
Hey.
your kids gonna be that old.
I appreciate it's all that steak shake. I've been drinking, which I need some more chocolate. It's always gone. So
There we go.